Hi, I'm Peter Haddock and I'm here today at the Highways UK event, and the things that I love to talk about, folks, are net zero with COP26 on at the moment, our collaboration, the industry and what we're going to do to make it better. And thank goodness I found two people that are actually doing that one word, collaboration, Faye and Chris. Faye, you are actually Morgan Sindall infrastructure team and you're working with Chris here at Flannery to actually look at how we do things better, not just tomorrow or the next week or the next month, but how we do things better as we move forward. Morgan Sindall, folks, if you don't know, is a tier 1 contractor, and you are ultimately responsible for the jobs that are given to you. And obviously with infrastructure, you're working in the highways environment at the moment. Tell me a little bit about Morgan Sindall and what you're doing from a sustainability perspective, and then how we're working to collaborate and make that happen.
So Morgan Sindall have been passionate about the social value agenda for a long, long time. Graham Edgell, our Group Procurement and Sustainability Director, is here today talking about an initiative we've got to plant 9 new woodlands with the Blenheim Estate. And Flannery, obviously, as one of our key family members, our supply chain family, are collaborating with us on all sorts of things so that we can try and better interpret what we can do for our clients around that social value agenda.
And social value, what people don't understand about it is that social value is really about giving back to the local communities in which you work. It's also about giving back to the community that we have as the UK as a whole, isn't it?
It's huge, isn't it? There's skills and there's carbon and there's ethical sourcing and EDI. It's a huge, huge agenda. We're talking today about carbon, largely decarbonisation of the plant and the things that we're trying to do together to improve.
And why is it important that we have this sort of collaboration? Because obviously, you as the tier 1 contractor, you own the project, but of course, Chris and the team at Flannery actually give you all the plant, and it's the plant that's actually burning probably the most carbon on any of your projects, I guess.
It's exactly that. We can't do it without the likes of these guys. Flannery particularly are very enthusiastic, and they bring to us ideas about how we can better choose plan and help us with the behaviours and the training and everything, really.
And so, Chris, what I wanted to understand is, the relationship's been quite a long time with Morgan Sindall, isn't it? And those sort of steps that you've taken. Tell me about some of those integrations that you've talked about for a long time, then you've implemented, and how that's actually impacted both your business and the Morgan Sindall team.
Yeah, sure. I think the first thing I'd like to say is there's no golden bullet to whether it be EDI, sustainability, carbon capture, etc. So it's a lot of little ideas that we work together. And different organisations, whether it be Flannery, Morgan Sindall, and or my own supply chain, it's up to all of us to come with a little bit of something. And there's no one size fits all. So it might be some ideas will suit one project or one client, and different ideas would suit another. So the sort of things that we've been doing really been focusing along the lines of machine control. So it's understanding the benefits of driving efficiencies through digging once and digging right, to coin a phrase.
Love it.
And as long as you're doing that, you're doing it with the correct machine. So machine selection is really important. And then the third aspect, which is really important to me, is the training side of things. So do we have a competent operator who understands the technology, who can best use it? And then on top of that, we get to bolt on all of the fantastic things that we can do and work with those operators in terms of, are we providing opportunities for the local community, for the disadvantaged, for the underprivileged, or indeed disabled community to come in, because we've got a massive skill set out there that we, to date, haven't been good enough at attracting. So the things that Faye mentioned before, they dovetail nicely. There's not just one aspect of we're going to reduce carbon and we're going to solve all our problems. Put the right operator in, support that local community, train them the right way, use the right technology, use the right plant, will help us get along our journey to a zero carbon future.
And I think, Faye, one of the things that I am really passionate about is the fact that we've got a connected worksite. So technologies like this, we see that we can connect the worksite, we can have a digital twin, we can do all of these things, but actually what a connected worksite does is it connects the people that are responsible for the connected worksite. And do you think that's a way in which you can add more value into the industry? And also, we've got a big problem about attracting people into this industry as well.
Yeah, digitalisation is really helping to make us look more attractive, isn't it? As to the younger generation and everything as well. But I think the collaboration between at this level with the supply chain, but people on site as well, and getting the enthusiasm and behaviours, having the right team that interact and understand what everybody's trying to achieve, and are all on the same mindset as well. The A421 job that we did recently, the project manager was fully on board, the operative was really enthusiastic about the kit that he was using, how easy it was. So I think it all comes together, doesn't it?
So yeah, for me folks, this is where it all comes together. The connected worksite connects us all up digitally. The plant is quite rightly so. You've got to have the right plant, and you've got to fleet match it to the right other units, so you're hauling, you're not having things idling, and we as a team have got to look at that data, because you need to say, look, if we're here to reduce carbon emissions, Chris, we need the data from you. And that's a really important change in where everything has worked as well. And I think then sharing that with the community around it and showing people in real time the impacts they are having, it's because they're doing the job well, or they understand how the plant works and things like that. That all helps us to deliver a better project, quicker, leaner, meaner, and keep everybody a bit keener as well. There you go, it all works together. But with us, what can we do as an industry? What are you looking for, Faye, for the rest of the industry to do and support you in the way in which you've worked with Flannery?
I think it's baby steps, isn't it? It's stepping stones. Like Chris said, there's no one bullet. We just have to keep talking, keep collaborating. We're trying to create opportunities where we can open doors for the supply chain and hear more about the innovations and things. There's lots going on, isn't there? So you have to try and understand what the client wants, what we want. The supply chain needs to still get something out of it, and the extended supply chain and like the data capture and everything else. So I think it's just trying to keep collaborating and talking, that everybody has to weigh up the components against the site parameters and look at what the client requires to make it work as best we can in that situation.
And so I think I've got one ask from both of you, and I've got an ask, I'm sure, from my audience, is I want to come and see one of those projects that you're doing. Faye, will you invite me? Because then Chris has to let me come.
Yeah.
Great! There it is, folks. We have a yes from Faye. So it's obviously a yes from Chris. Thanks ever so much for coming along, Faye. I know we've literally grabbed you off the tarmac as it is here at the Highways UK event. It's a really important part of the industry. We cannot move forward unless we get the sustainability and social value right. It's something I'm reporting on a lot more with a lot of people in the industry. So it's fantastic to see that you are placing that as a high pedestal.
It really is.
And these two are going to be talking at the Highways event to all of the rest of the people here. So I'm going to have to let them go now. Thanks very much, both of you. Cheers. Thanks.